And here we has Panzer's new rig. Well, not new. A lot of the components are essentially recycled. But we redid his water cooling loop. We went fully internal, whereas we used to be external. Just to kind of consolidate a little bit, make his life a little easier. So he doesn't have to worry about me running around and doing all that kind of stuff. But the pump's running right now. You can't hear it at all. Once the fans are running, they'll be ultra quiet as well. So there'll be very, very low noise here. I mean, this is essentially how loud the computer will be when it's at full load. Still working on getting some of the air out of the system here. We're going to run the pump for a good bit. I've got it all hot swapped right here. I've actually got a professional, like the real deal. Not a freaking paper clip. And that's just kind of running right now. But I've cleaned it up a good bit. There's no storage attached right now. The motherboard's off. You can see I'll be doing the cable management when we get to that point. The hard drives are coming out. They're done. I'm going to pull the data off of them. And then we've got the 3 solid state drives right here that are going in. And a 4th solid state drive right here. We got the 1 terabyte Samsung, which will be really nice. And then I'm probably going to drop somewhere in here a 2 terabyte Western Digital Red, which is a little bit more forgiving than other hard drives for some things. So that should work good in this system. It'll just be something that's, you know, nice and reliable to store bulk data and backups on. And then we'll possibly add another one, maybe a 4 or 5 terabyte down the road for extreme bulk storage. But he's got a Drobo, so he probably won't need that. But so right now we're doing pressure testing and getting the air out of the system. Once that's done, this reservoir is going inside the PC. You just can't see that right now because I'm in the process of filling it. It'll be free floating. I know that sounds really weird, but that's the way it's going to be, and it'll be very quiet that way, and it'll be really nice. We got Noctua fans all around. As you can see, these are NFF12s right there, down there. We got a really thick black ice radiator here and a Swift Tech radiator right here. And altogether, this is right around 550 to 600 watts worth of cooling and then some. So this is not going to be as good of temps as we had on the external setup, which had, you can kind of, okay. So here we go. We got all these Noctua fans on this giant radiator. This came out, and essentially what's going to happen is we're going to gain about 5 to 6 degrees all over. But his video card, his GPU, the GTX Titan, as you can see, it was loading in the low 40s during the summer. Like, you know, 45 max overclocked. So we can go with 45 to 55 degrees. That's still well within limits. The CPU was running in the low 60s. I'm expecting that to creep up to the 70s at 4 gigahertz. But that's also well within the spec. And I mean, we're talking about FFT loads here. During gaming, it'll probably sit at the low 60s. 24 gigs of G-Skill memory. I know those look different, but essentially under the heat spreaders, they're all the same. We got the tightest timings we could to replicate what he used to have, but he used to have the PI series, which was really nice and really expensive, but very hard to get later on. But we replaced it with that. We lost one click of timing essentially, but we made up for it with just sheer quantities, 24 gigs. And since data sets have gotten much larger, it's more megahertz dependent, so the timing isn't as important. So when everything's done, I should give you an update. We're going to install Windows and Steam and Origin and Squad and Star Citizen and all that good stuff, and we're going to give this thing a run for its money. 4 gigahertz on the CPU. We're looking at well over 1,300 gigahertz on the GPU, and that should do it. All right, enjoy.